Good morning, people. Today, we are in this class. We are going to begin with Unit 5. The grammar of this lesson is present and past habits. In present habit, we have will, which is the positive, and the contracted form, and want in negative, all in present. In past, we have two forms. Used to, the positive, didn't use to, the negative, and would and wouldn't. Would the positive and wouldn't the negative. Okay, we are going to begin with will, which we use in present. We use will to talk about a habitual behavior, which is characteristic and predictable in the present. So that means that we use will to talk about something that a person does all the time, but in the present. We have some examples to understand better. We say that he will get up at 7 o'clock and he won't talk to anyone until he's finished his breakfast. So, what does this sentence mean? That this person has the custom to get up at 7 o'clock and he doesn't have the custom to talk to anyone until he's finished his breakfast. The same in this one. My dad will wash his car all Sunday mornings and he'll wash the dog at the same time. So, my dad has the custom to wash his car all Sunday mornings, and he has the custom to wash the dog at the same time. So all these things he does one and another time all Sunday mornings. Okay? Okay, the grammatical structure, which begins with the subject plus will, the positive, want, the negative, plus verb in infinitive. Verb in infinitive, remember that it is the first line of the verbs, plus object. As we replace, we can say, I won't get up early on Sundays. So this means that I don't have the custom to get up early on Sundays. So I stay in bed on Sundays until it is late. Okay, we talked about in the present. So now we are going to refer to the past with used to. Okay, used to describe repeated actions or habits or states, but in the past. These actions or habits don't happen anymore. We can use used to with actions and states. Now we are going to see the difference between an action verb and an stative verb. Action verbs. The action verbs are called dynamic verbs too. They express an action whether it be physical or mental. An action verb explains what the subject of the sentence is doing or has done. This There are endless verbs used in the English language. So that means that there are a lot of action verbs. We have 3 examples here: clap, dance, listen. But I am going to tell you some ones that are very important and they are very common. These are arrive, ask, bring, build, buy, come, cry, dance, drink, eat, fix, fall, give, go, help, jump, kick, laugh, leave, listen, make, open, play, push, read, run, send, sit, smile, talk, think, throw, touch, visit, wait, walk, write, yell, etc., etc. So as you can see, there are a lot of action verbs. Okay, now we are going to see the difference between stative verbs. Stative verbs are verbs that express a state rather than an action. They usually relate to thoughts, emotions or feelings, senses, and relationships. These verbs are not usually used with ing in progressive or continuous tenses. Okay, we have know, dislike, and like. I'm going to read some another stative verbs, which are agree, appear or seem, appreciate, be, exist, believe, contain, cost, detest, disagree, dislike, doubt, feel, hate, have as a possession, hear, imagine, know, like, look, seem, love, mean, need, own, promise, remember, see, think as an opinion, understand, want, wish, etc., etc. In the example, we have 3 sentences that show you the positive, negative, and question. In the positive, we have I used to play tennis. The negative, I didn't used to play tennis. You have to be careful with the D in used. You don't have to use D because you have didn't. And the question, did you used to play tennis? The 3 forms. And also we have the grammatical structure. Subject plus used to or didn't used to. Verb infinitive plus object. So we are going to replace. I won't get up early on Sundays. Now we are going to go to the other past structure, which is would. We use would to describe repeated actions or habits in the past. Would is not used with stative verbs, so we can't talk about past states, just actions. In the grammatical structure, we have subject plus would or wouldn't, would positive, wouldn't negative, verb infinitive plus object. We can replace as I would run to my office every morning. Look at, we have run, write, and another run, so they are action verbs. We can't use stative verbs with would. in this sentence, we can use uh, an adverb of frequency, as you can see, often or another adverb of frequency. And we can say, I would often run around the park. Okay, now we are going to see the main difference between used to and would. When we use used to, we refer to action and stative verbs. That means that we can use action and stative at the same time. But with would, we can't use stative verbs. We have used action verbs. But we can talk about with affection or sentimentality in these sentences that we use with would. Okay. Now, it's all for this class. If you have some doubt, or you are going to contact my email or in our group of WhatsApp. We are going to check some doubts in the class that we are going to have in Zoom. That's all for today. See you.